Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Scott's Quick Cash Class, where every day we talk about different financial topics, 5 to 7 minute videos to help you on your financial journey, and me too as well. Today we got a good one for you. It's mind over money. And what does that mean to you? Who gets anxious about finances? Who gets worried about paying next month's rent? Who worries about paying their car note? Are we going to have food to eat? Can I go on vacation this year? Can I not go on vacation? My kid needs new shoes. Whatever that is, there's a lot of different stressful situations out there dealing with money. And we're going to uncover a couple of those and hopefully give you a few actionable items that will help ease that mindset. Because as I look at, or I guess I shouldn't say look at, in my experience and just seeing, once again, I'm 45 years old, so been around for a little bit, not forever, but a little bit. But as I've seen the progression, when I was in my teens to my, early to late 20s and my 30s, and now in my 40s, I've been through a few different economic downturns and I've been in different financial situations myself, but I can definitely see just in my experience how people's view of money and the angst around that, and also, as people get older, that American dream, quote unquote, seems to be much further out of reach. And a lot of people are definitely more anxious about money. And I don't know if that has to do with social media and everyone's throwing, how much they make in people's faces or do this and you make all this money. But it's definitely an issue that a lot of us experience, myself included. Fortunately, set up a few different things that have helped me because I find that when we're nervous or scared about something or we're anxious, it's generally because, maybe we don't have enough knowledge around that. And so hopefully I'll give you a few things today that might work for you. They've definitely helped me. But let's talk about a few statistics. So 70% of Generation Z reports that financial stress negatively impacts their mental health. That's pretty scary. That 7 out of 10 of our young people are mentally going through issues because of finance. 80% of millennials say that money worries affect their daily sleep, right? And that's connected to a ton of things. And, I started these podcasts because I truly want to help the younger generation avoid some of the mistakes and some of the stresses and worries that I had when I was younger. And, not knowing where to go, who to trust, who to turn to, this is telling me that almost 3/4 of our younger population is in a constant state of worrying. And this affects physical health too as well. If you don't get enough sleep, that's definitely going to affect your physical health. 55% of young adults have less than 3 months living expenses saved for emergencies. And I'm sure that number is common across to all age brackets. There's not many age brackets that have 3 months worth or 6 months like they recommend of emergency financing. 60% of Gen Z, so 6 out of 10 of you guys, feel anxious when discussing finances with family or friends. And that's, what's funny about that topic is we avoid talking about finances like we have the disease, like, we have AIDS or something. And money shouldn't be a taboo topic. How do you get better at something, right? You talk about it, you read about it, you learn about it, and then you do it. Well, why not have conversations with people to either find out why they're doing so poorly and avoid those mistakes, whether that be family or friends, and in a non-judgmental way, of course. And then the second part of that is, if they're doing well, you should be talking to them on a regular basis and see, what kind of information you can get out of them. And once again, not talking about using people, but curiosity, right? And a lot of successful, wealthy people, one, they're not intimidated, right? They don't worry about someone stealing all their ideas and then going and making money from them because they feel confident in their process and their plan. And the biggest difference between wealthy people and not wealthy people, or I should say successful people and not successful people, is action. Successful people take action. Even if they don't have all the answers, they take action. Unsuccessful people will think and think and think and think, but they won't take that action. We talked about how big of a difference it makes if you take action in 24 hours in a previous episode. But That's one of the big differences is they have a plan, they take action. They know that a majority of people, if they share, they can give them the exact blueprint of how they got wealthy, and they know the majority of people won't take action. So a lot of wealthy people are more than happy to give you free advice, or advice on how to, start your financial career, or how to accelerate it, because they're not concerned that you succeeding is meaning they're going to fail, right? There's an old saying, it says, a rising tide lifts all boats. And that is true. So it doesn't matter if you're a big boat, small boat, when the tide comes in, if good things are coming and you're being taken care of and you're doing what you're supposed to, you're gonna go up too. But the other people are too. So, but you have to be doing the right thing. You got to get your boat in the water. If it's on the shore, it's not gonna raise at all. So those are a few statistics that were a little alarming to me whenever I researched them. But here are a few actionable items that hopefully, if you implement these, will give you a little bit more peace of mind and you feel a little bit more in control. Number one, set up an automatic transfer of at least 5% in each paycheck. So if you guys are working for a company and they have a 401k and a company match, you need to max that out and utilize that. But then also start your own little retirement account, whether it's just a savings account right now to start an emergency fund, or if you want to do some investing on the side, set up a automatic transfer so you never even see it. It comes from your paycheck, boom, right into that account. That's one. Two, identify one financial fear or money taboo that has you worried, right? Do this. Study it, journal about it, talk to some people about it. I guarantee you, if you do that for a week, or even, if you need a little bit longer, 2-3 weeks, you'll feel much more comfortable about that topic. And there's a lot of different areas to research. Once again, always double check your sources with a couple. Nowadays, there's so much misinformation out there, but that's number two. And then three, choose some sort of budgeting app. I'm old school. I put pen to paper and I write my budget down. I do that on every 2 weeks. I also, because that's what my pay structure is, I also do a monthly one, and then I do a yearly one too as well, because you want to know where that money's going all throughout the year. But if you do that, I guarantee you, you'll feel less anxious about your finances, you'll feel more in control, and you'll feel like you now have the knowledge and the power to move forward. So with that, we're gonna end with the question of the day, tip of the day. Question of the day: how can you reduce your financial stress and build stronger money habits for better health, right? Because at the end of the day, money is just a tool. It's about enjoying your life, having financial freedom, and being with the people you love, not with the people you don't on a regular basis at work. And then the tip of the day: schedule a weekly money meditation to review your budget and celebrate small wins. So my wife and I do this. We partner together once a week to go over different things. And, we talk about some of our areas that we need help in, or maybe focus a little bit more, and then some of the areas that we have wins in. And what that does is, as a partnership, that helps us both stay on track. But even if you do that individually, because when you don't actually sit down and look at things and you're just flying through, it's very hard to get a real grasp of where you're at financially. But I guarantee if you take 10, 15 minutes a week and just invest a little bit of time into that, you'll see results. So hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Remember, I'm never going to ask you to buy anything or sell anything. Just here to help. If you have any questions, hit the comments, like, subscribe if you like what we're giving to you. Till next time.